Hello and welcome everyone to my stream. My name is Doña, aka Doña the Light, and I'm here to brighten up your morning, night, afternoon, what have you, with my daily mental health chat. If you're catching this replay on YouTube, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Essentially, this is going to play out like a video podcast. Jones is in the chat. So do not feel... Jones! Bruh, I'm gonna beat you up. Anyways, do not feel compelled to watch the video because essentially this is gonna, again, play like a video podcast. So just listen. Just listen. My birthday is tomorrow. Today is January 4th. My birthday is tomorrow, January 5th. And I have merch for sale. If you'd like to support me on my birthday, purchase some merch. I'm wearing... Raylene's here! I'm wearing one of my tops, which I'm going to show y'all with a baby in my hand. I'm not going to lie. I took a while to show y'all this because I don't like wearing bras. So, this is the... Ooh, okay, mom bod, okay. This is the long sleeve crop. I don't know if y'all can see these arms. I can't really go back any farther without little baby, featuring little baby. Every crop comes with a little baby. Baby. Anyways, but yeah. It's a nice crop. It does the thing. Choose you before life starts lifing, okay? I'm telling y'all, this is like, I'm fourth, saying hi from work. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you, Shaka. Shaka, you could have been third. Jones over here trying to monopolize. Anyways, my camera's blurry. Okay, hold on. Hold on, y'all, hold on. How do I do this? Thank you. I really like this crop top. It is... Okay, just gonna stay blurry. Hold on, y'all. Did that help? Yes, sort of. It's still adjusting, whatever. But anywho, good morning everyone in the chat. Fergie, Raylene, Shaka saying hi from work. Jones in here trying to monopolize. But yeah, today... Here's my shop link again. If you're catching this replay on YouTube, it's Divine. Divine is here too. Divine, grab some merch, boo. Grab some merch. I'm hot. Ow, my foot. If you're catching this replay on YouTube, the link for my shop will be in the description of this video. Okay, camera, get it together. Oh, Big Al. Ayo, I'm here to wish you a very happy birthday and to drop this follow. I love your emotes, by the way. Thank you, Big Al. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the follow. My birthday is tomorrow, and I'm celebrating by streaming. I'll probably do something a little bit different tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday, yeah. I'll do something a little bit different tomorrow for my actual birthday day. Like maybe a 12-hour stream or something. I'll probably start off with my mental health chat like usual. And then kind of break something off. I'll figure it out. But yeah. Yes. Anywho. Buy some merch. Big Al, buy some merch. My merch is here, y'all. It's live. That's awesome. Love mental health chats. I look up the birthday tag every day. Oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet, Big Al. Honestly, that's a really good practice. Why are you upset and farting in my lap? I don't understand. Big Al, you are a sweetheart. I hope you have a beautiful day. If there's anything on your heart, mind, spirit, and you want to share it, this is the place. I got your back. We all got your back. All right. Today's chat is a full-blown testimonial, y'all. Like, this is me preaching to the choir, aka preaching to myself about message got lost. Also, reminder to say about this being like, oh yeah, a podcast. Yes. This is gonna play like a video podcast, so no need to watch. Just put me on in the background and listen, okay? If you're catching this replay on YouTube or even on Twitch, just put me in the background. And then, if I say something that you wanna, yes to, or I don't agree with that. Let me tell her what I think. Bring it on in. You can come on back, hop in the chat, share with me your thoughts, opinions, agreements, disagreements. I am here for all the disagreements, y'all. Like, I'm here for it. Because I like having conversations. I'm really great at being objective and seeing multiple people's point of view. So, yeah, let's do it. the big owl. You're a whole vibe, boo. Like, I appreciate you coming through and popping off with the follow and the love. So yes, today's chat is about, it's a full-blown testimonial. How to practice getting out of your own way. And y'all, when I tell y'all this topic is near and dear to my heart and soul, because I have been standing, drop kicking myself in the chest for years. And I am not exaggerating at all. Like, I wish I was better with timelines. Like, my husband is phenomenal with timelines. I'm not the best with timelines. Like, my timelines are kind of blurry and vague. All right, little baby. Okay. But when I tell y'all that I have finally grown up and allowed myself to be the mental health and life coach, how would I say? I finally allowing myself to not live up to my full potential, but like just be as great as I know that I am. So for as long as I can remember, I mean, going into middle school, high school, people have always confided in me. People have always found me as a safe space. Now, I wasn't always, like, I didn't always see myself as a safe space. I kind of just saw that as me being a great friend. But for as long as I can remember, people have I mean, from, like I mentioned, elementary school, high school, work relationships, college, like, I've always been the person that people come to. And I know that y'all can all kind of attest to having a person in your life that you know that you can just go to that person, you know? Some of us keep that connection with that person for a long time. They end up being, sometimes they're our best friends, and sometimes there's just someone in our life who we know that we can trust and we can have conversations with. And we try to keep that person close. Sometimes we don't check in on that person like we should, but that's okay. That's a whole other topic for a whole other day. But when I tell y'all that I have been working, or quote unquote working, to allow myself to help people and heal people for years, and just now, over the past like 30 to 60 days, 30 to 45 days maybe, I've been just walking the walk and talking the talk and allowing myself to be here for people. And now it's coming to fruition, because I've always, like I mentioned, here's the thing, and I've said this a couple times on a couple chats, and those of you that, you know, are typically here with me every day will kind of recognize this, but if there's something that we want to do, if there's something that we want to get paid for, or something that we want to do for a living, you know, if there's something that we want to use to finance our life, we have to give people opportunities to pay us. We really do. And that's not to say that things shouldn't be done out of love. That's not to say that things shouldn't be done, you know, because you want to support people and guide people and love people. But paying someone is an energetic transfer. Oh, you found it? Oh. All right, love. Paying someone is an energetic transfer. You provide to them products or services, and they pay you for those products or services. It's an energetic transfer. A lot of times we get so caught up in the what ifs, and we do all the things that we need to do as far as getting coaching, or, you know, getting training, buying courses, learning from the experts, right? We do all of the things that we're quote unquote supposed to do, but what we don't do is follow through. We don't have the mental fortitude to remain disciplined or consistent. Because I saw a post the other day that said, consistency isn't hard, it's just inconvenient, right? Like, on those days that you don't want to get up and have conversations, on those days that you don't want to get up and pack orders, on those days that you don't want to get up and, you know, go find new customers, it's inconvenient, but it's not impossible. Like, rarely is it ever impossible. Most of the time it's just inconvenient, you know? Raylene says, so true. Sometimes it's hard to ask for payment for a job that's genuinely a passion, but getting paid is what Right. Getting paid is a part of what makes it a dream job, right? So, like for Raylene, who is a musician, you know, it might be difficult for her to ask for people to pay her to teach them things, you know, to teach them skills, to teach them musical composition or whatever it is that she wants to teach them or share with them. But just like she mentioned, the payment is the part that makes it a dream job. Like, you want to get paid for doing what you love, right? But we really have to recognize when we are doing all of the quote unquote surface stuff, but we're not actually doing any of the work. And this goes into, you know, more than just the way that we want to finance our lives. This also goes into, you know, our healing journeys, right? Like, if you're doing all the surface stuff, and I made a post about this on my social media platforms, you know, the moment where you realize that tarot cards, sage, and affirmations are not going to heal you. They're not going to heal you because you're not doing the work, right? You're not digging in and seeing, you know, what reciting those affirmations is supposed to do. You know, you're not practicing anything else other than, I said my affirmations today. You're still moving in the same way that you normally do, right? If you're not embodying those affirmations, and affirmations are a whole nother topic for a whole nother day again, but there has to be more than just that surface level, that surface level effort. And it really is on us if we do something, right? Like Raylene said the other day, like full send or no send, right? Either you're sending it all the way full, or don't send it at all. When things don't quote unquote work for us, what do we do? How do we handle those situations? For me, my solution when something didn't work for me was to blame something else, someone else, for that process or what have you not working. Oh, it must be, you know, maybe I, bought the wrong program. Maybe this person wasn't as much of a professional or an expert as they said they were. Maybe it was the time of the year. You know, people don't really like to buy stuff during the holiday season, yada, yada, yada. And typically after a certain amount of time, if whatever I'm doing doesn't come to fruition, you know, if it doesn't become a stream of income for me like I want it to, then I just kind of give up. My driving factor, honestly, was, for lack of a better term, get rich quick schemes, you know? And a lot of times they were derived from things that I was passionate about. You know, I'm passionate about mental health and physical health. I'm passionate about, you know, fitness. I'm passionate about yoga. I'm passionate about healing. I'm passionate about a lot of things. I'm passionate about education. There are a lot of things that I have, you know, that I'm passionate about. And so I would pursue these things for what felt like so long, but literally was just like from between 2 weeks and 2 months. Like, that was kind of like my threshold. And if things didn't work out during that time period, I just gave up and I moved on to something else. You know, I shift my focus to something else. And never until very recently did I stop and say, it can't be the thing. It has to be me. Like, I am the common denominator in all of these things, quote unquote, failing. Me. You know, each time I'm purchasing someone else's coaching package, you know, to learn how to do this process and learn how to do this, learn how to do that, and I'm not applying it to its full potential. You know what I mean? Like, someone gives me and I know the reason why. I definitely know the reason why. Someone, you know, I purchased a 6-week program or a 5-week program, and I do, you know, I maybe half-assed through the first like 3 weeks, and then I skip to the 6th week. I'm like, let me just see what this is about. Let me just see. And, you know, I look at the 6-week stuff and I'm like, all right, cool. So I implement a little bit of everything from each week, but I'm not actually fully committing to the program and what it's asking me to do. And that's the issue. You know, the issue is that I'm not actually committing. I'm not taking the time to do what's being hold of me to do. Like, I'm not taking the time to spend hours doing market research, right? So I can see, what my target audience is watching on YouTube, what my target audience, what questions my target audience are asking, other YouTube creators. Like, I'm not taking that time. Would it be beneficial? Deeply, right? So there's nothing more beneficial than talking about the topics that your target audience wants to talk about, right? Because that means that if you create a video answering that question, they're going to watch it. And not only that, but then you get to educate people. You get to showcase your expertise. But I was not doing that, I was definitely not doing that. And for the programs and the training and coaching and stuff that I invested the most money in, it was all do it yourself. All of it was do it yourself. None of it was, someone working with me. And I recognized that that would have been a better investment of my time and money. And I believe that that was what separated, the progress and the work that I did in therapy. That's what set it apart, because, my therapist was working with me on a weekly basis. We were touching base, we were having conversations, she was checking in, she was holding me accountable if I said I was going to do something. But the thing about me being in therapy with that particular therapist was she provided me with some really, really amazing tools, but I only utilized them for a week or two before, her and I were having a different conversation and she was introducing another tool to me. And, right now today I can say to you with a full, straight face, I'm not utilizing any of those tools. She taught me how to tap. I haven't tapped in a long time. Baby boy, you sound so ravenous. I haven't tapped in a really, really long time. And it's not necessarily because I believe that I've healed that part of myself or whatever. It's really just because I don't... Oh, what happened? Oh, you scratched yourself in the eyeball. You're so sleepy. Anywho, it's because I'm not disciplined enough to practice those things daily so that when I need them, they'll become second nature. Point blank, period. I am still in my own way in other aspects of my life. Now, granted, I haven't had any situations in which I've needed to access something to ground me recently yet. Haven't had any situations in which I needed to ground myself and I didn't know how or couldn't access one of the tools that I know how to use. But Raylene says, I feel that another reason why we don't fully commit to something, especially if it is a self-owned business, is because we have so many talents and paths to take. Even if there's one you want as your dream job, it's hard to fully commit imagining the grass being greener on the other side with other passions. Oh my goodness. I hear you. I absolutely hear you. And my response to this is, I know that y'all have heard the grass is greener where you water it, but the grass is often greener also where we put the most attention and focus. And what I mean is, like on Instagram right now, I've been wanting to, I will be soon, get back into resistance training and working out, right? So naturally, when I'm going through Instagram Reels, people are posting videos of them working out and et cetera, et cetera. And now I'm liking those videos more, so now they're showing up more. So now, to Raylene's point, now my passion for fitness is slowly moving to the forefront and saying, well, is this something we should be doing? Should we go ahead and mosey back into the world of fitness and yoga and, physical training and physical health? But that's not necessarily what I need to do. That's just what I'm seeing more of because that's what I'm, basically telling the Instagram algorithm that I want to see more. But as someone who is still kind of in this stage of not necessarily being in full awareness and not recognizing that these things are happening, it's really easy to bounce back and forth and say, well, I have all of these passions, how do I know for sure which one is going to, be the best, or which one is going to make me the most money, or whatever? And the honest truth is, you don't. You don't know whether, life coaching or fitness training is going to make you more money. You don't. You don't know which one people are going to, want to purchase from you more. You just don't. And not knowing those things is completely okay. Because the honest truth is, whatever you do and whatever you give people opportunities to pay you for is what they're going to pay you for. Now, if you find that, you start life coaching and, you charge your price, and then you start getting a couple clients, and now you realize, you know what, like, this is a lot more emotionally taxing than I recognized, then increase your price. But ensure that when you increase your price, you're also increasing your value. You're also, because you're becoming more and more of an expert with every client that you have, and the more that you research and the more that you learn, be sure that as you're increasing your price, that you're also providing your clients with more value. You're providing them with, you have more tools that you are an expert in. Like, you have a bigger arsenal of things excuse me, to use to support them. And that's another justification for raising your prices. You can't do everything exactly the same and then raise your prices. That's no. Little baby. But awareness. Being aware is always going to come back to the top of the list when it comes to healing and making strides and moving forward in our lives and doing something differently than we did, last month, last year, last 3 years, because when I was pursuing, yes, awareness is so, so important. When I was pursuing my fitness and yoga and all that stuff, it had been a couple years. It must have been like 2018 or 19. So it's been a couple years, but that's when I can vividly remember what I thought was full send. And I've shared this before. My version of full send was being on Instagram, posting, reels and videos 3 times a day. I would pre-record them on Sundays or Saturdays because my son was always with his granny on the weekends, so I had free time of, not being interrupted, and I didn't work on the weekends. So I'd pre-record my videos on the weekends, and I'd pre-record, like, all of them. So I'm pre-recording, like, 15 videos. Sometimes they were 15 videos. Sometimes I would, have little, like, Snapple facts to share, around sports, fitness, health, wellness, etc. Hold on one second, y'all. Hopefully y'all didn't have to see me cleaning my nose. I don't know what y'all saw. Anyways, my idea of full send was, again, I was being very, very disciplined with a portion or an aspect of my business endeavors, but not for the whole thing. Definitely not for the whole thing. Like, something that I still need to do for this business is to create monetary goals. And I don't think people realize how beneficial those monetary goals are, because now you have something that you're working towards. And when you have something that you're working towards, I mean, that's definitely a huge part of manifestation. Like, not only are you doing the work as far as educating people, giving people opportunities to pay you and things like that, but you are creating a monetary goal that you know that you're working towards, Raylene says, how did you get out of your own way so you could do life coaching? So I have been wanting to, my goal to begin my life coaching was actually to start around, probably January or February of last year, because I was working as a substitute teacher and we were on winter break. I got COVID, tested positive for COVID. Basically reached out to the school district, asked them if I could get paid for COVID leave. They said yes, without knowing that I was a substitute teacher, not a full-time teacher. I put in my timesheet, it was denied, and I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm so tired of showing up to places that don't appreciate me. I didn't know what I was doing, but the funny thing is I didn't initially start life coaching because I needed something that was gonna immediately pay me, if that makes sense. And so I actually didn't get out of my way right away, but I wanted to do life coaching. I wanted to fully send and pursue that as a passion of mine because it's something that I've loved to do. Wow, that's terrible. It's not included for a substitute teacher. No, it's not. It's not included at all. As a substitute teacher, you have 3 days of sick time, and that's it. Because essentially, as a substitute teacher here, either in the U.S. or California, I'm not really sure if it's different in other states, but you can choose the assignments that you accept. So on literally a day-to-day basis, you can choose your assignments. My situation was different because I signed a contract with a specific elementary school saying that I would be their resident substitute. So anytime any teacher on that campus was out, I was their first go-to. So I signed a contract that said that I would be available every student-facing day of the school year. My assumption was because of that, where I basically had like a permanent assignment, even though I was still a substitute teacher, they would give me some sort of wiggle room in regards to COVID leave because my contract stated that I would be available for every student-facing day. And obviously now I'm not because I have to take 2 weeks off to make sure that that I test negative before I come back to campus. So I was like, nah, it's cool. I don't even want to bother. Like, the fact that this person didn't even ask, what my position was. I just asked, hey, are y'all still paying people for time off if they test positive for COVID? And I tested positive for COVID at the school districts. Most of the school districts had a designated room to test employees because, at that time it was like either you are vaccinated or you get tested weekly or whatever. So they had a designated spot for people to get tested. So I'm like, it's in your system that I tested positive. It's not like some drugstore test or something I did at home. Y'all did it. The district nurses did it. So that was really frustrating. But yeah, I agree with you. They definitely should have given me some sort of wiggle room. And, everyone on the campus was wonderful, but they had no control over my pay. That was just my assignment location. Anywho, that happened the beginning of January. I go through my COVID time. I feel better. I get better. And I'm still in school. So, excuse me, financial aid was helping me a little bit as far as paying my bills. But I'm thinking, okay, now I'm also pregnant. So I'm thinking I really don't want to go back to work because what job is going to hire me, and then a couple months later I go on maternity leave and they bring me back or whatever. Like, that was also another fear of mine. So I'm thinking, okay, what can I do from home? So I started applying for work from home jobs like crazy. All this time I still wanted to do life coaching. I wonder if I can let me find a video for y'all and I'll give you a better timeline. But all this time I've been wanting to do life coaching for so long. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts. And have been preventing myself for so long. But I believe I started posting these videos in January or so. Let me go back to a timeline. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm already defeating myself because I'm like, well, if I do life coaching right now, I'm not going to make money anytime soon. So what can I do right now to put some money in my pocket? At the time I had locks. Those of you that have started with me know that I just cut my locks off a couple weeks ago. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I can work as a loctician. I've been doing my hair. I've been doing my husband's hair. I'm very knowledgeable in how to care for locks. Let me go ahead and start working as a loctician. So because this is what I put out into the universe provided. I started getting clients. People were calling me. People were scheduling appointments. You had what and did what? What? I was like, what did I do? Jones, you're losing me, boo. So I thought, as I mentioned, I'm already defeating myself, saying if I begin life coaching, I'm not gonna make any money right now. I need to do something that's gonna put money in my pocket right now. So I began working as a loctician. So the very first life coaching video I posted was January 11th, 2022. This was like the very first spirituality, educational, like I'm trying to teach people how to heal, blah 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 blah. I also had some jewelry that I wanted to sell. Something, all right, cool, I'll just sell my jewelry, like people will buy it. Okay. But again, I'm not doing the work. Yep, January 11th. And this video, low-key, went viral. Like, I had tons and tons of views on this video. January 12th, January 13th, January 13th. Like, I'm posting. I'm definitely posting. I'm talking about root chakra. I'm talking about healing. I'm talking about all kinds of stuff, right? January of 2022. Let me take y'all on this journey of this year, okay? Oh, good morning, Spuddy. Welcome in, beloved. It's wonderful to see you here in the chat. Jones took all the redemptions this morning, so I'm going to make sure I limit that. I'm going to change that after the stream is over. Anyways. Thank you for doing the shout out, Jonesy. Once again, real quick, shameless plug. If y'all are here in the chat. Oh, my birthday is tomorrow. Raylene's birthday is tomorrow, January 5th. If y'all want to support me, buy some merch. Do it. Anyways, January 2022. I told myself that if I start working as any kind of healer, life coach, whatever, it's going to take a while for me to get paid, right? I put that in my mind and I moved in that way. Immediately found something else to do. I was still posting here and there, but for the most part, I started working as a loctician. I was getting clients, people were finding me, people were contacting me from like out of state, like, yo, where are you? And I'm like, not over there. So for the next couple of months, I'm working as a loctician and I'm making enough money to pay my bills. I'm doing what I need to do. Everything is wonderful in that way. And then I get closer to the end of my pregnancy. My loctician clients start slowing down a little bit. And this is in July and August because my son was born on August 15th, right? So things start slowing down. And I'm kind of starting to panic a little bit. Like, what do I do now? So again, financial aid was kind of like a buffer of mine. The thing about financial aid is you never really know when it's going to come. It's just, it happens when it happens. But that was like my little background buffer to help make sure, again, and I'm just paying my bills. Like, I ain't doing nothing extra. I ain't doing nothing fancy. Like, I'm just paying my bills. When I get my financial aid, if it's a lump sum, I'm putting it in one of my checkings accounts, and I'm like spreading it out over the next couple months. So fast forward to Jones. When did the Twitch drops happen? Jones had been streaming. Jones has been streaming for months. Like, maybe he's probably around 9 months straight at this point. And November, okay, perfect. So November, Twitch drops happen, right? So me, Jones, Spuddy, and my husband are like all in Jones's streams. Well, mostly me and Spuddy. Because Grover he had started working around that time, I think. No, he was already working around that time. So he was, at work during the day. But Jones is in here, and he's literally just doing the same thing he's always been doing. He's streaming, right? And what a Twitch drop was essentially people could watch, like Jones was streaming. Dang, a loctician, that's the coolest job name I've ever heard. Thanks, Raylene. That's just someone who, it's like a beautician, but specifically for dreadlocks. So it's called a loctician. But yeah, so essentially Jones was streaming a game called World of Warcraft. And you could watch him for a certain number of hours, and you can get a reward in the game. You could also gift subscriptions, Twitch subscriptions in his channel, and get bonuses in the game. In addition, he was helping people do raids and all this other cool stuff, and they were signing up through his live stream. Excuse me. So I'm in there, and I'm like, yo, like, Jones is doing it. His following and everything grew like crazy. People were in there, like, thanking him, like, oh my goodness, thank you so much for taking me through this raid, blah, 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 blah. He was such an amazing person. I'm like, isn't he, though? Isn't he, though? Because Jones is the bee's knees, let's be honest. So I'm watching this unfold, and I'm watching this happen, and I'm like, You know what Jones is really good at? Jones is really, really good at, like, in addition to being a leader, Jones is really good at showing up. Like, regardless of the stuff that's happening in his life and in his day, he still shows up. And so I told him, I was like, you know what? You're the blueprint, boo. Like, you are the blueprint. This is exactly what I need to be doing. And that was the turning point. When I made the decision that I was going to show up, and I didn't know what exactly that was going to look like. All I knew was I was going to stream on Twitch. I was going to have these mental health conversations, and I was going to post them on YouTube. That was it. That was as far as I had gotten. And I've told y'all this multiple times. For me, mentally, emotionally, things work better for me when I don't hash things all the way out. Because oftentimes I don't end up doing the things that I need to do anyway. Like right now, there's so much more that I could be doing, right? I could be doing so much more when it comes to SEO for my YouTube videos to get them seen, right? There's so much more that I could be doing. And maybe I will. But primarily, my main focus is to show up every day, showcase my expertise, showcase myself as just finished orientation. I'm all yours. Oh, hey, Spuddy. Thanks, Boo Boo Bear. But my whole purpose and my driver and not my driver, my goal each day is to show up, have these conversations, and give people opportunities to pay me, to let people know that I am available. I am a self-love coach. I am available to help you heal. I am here to provide a safe space for you. And, you know, if you want to work with me, the link is in my description. Point blank, period. Like, I'm not going to make it difficult for people to find me. I'm not going to make it difficult for people to schedule a call. I'm not going to have people go through, you know, this whole funnel and this and that and clicks and steps and you got to wait till the third email. No. And those are the kinds of things that, you know, my training told me I needed to do. That I needed to start off with like a testimonial video. And then, you know, that would make people interested. But that was like if I was paying for, you know, ads and whatnot. And I don't want to do those kinds of things because I just don't, you know. That's amazing you got so inspired and follow through with your goals consistently. I mean, I appreciate you, Raylene, and it just really came down to making a decision. Like, I didn't know, looking forward, that my decision to be consistent and remain disciplined with these daily streams was going to manifest my clients. I had no idea. All I knew was I needed to show up. Not only for everyone else, but also for myself, because this is something that I've never done for myself before. I've never shown up for myself in this way, and she showed up and showed out. Oh, thank you, Josie. I love you. And so this was very, very much for me. The only times I have consistently shown up anywhere over a long period of time is when I was working a regular job. And that's not to say that there's anything wrong with working a regular job, but when I worked those regular jobs, I was showing up for them. I wasn't showing up for myself. And this is where being an entrepreneur is, you know, and building your own business or even pursuing anything that you are passionate about is different, because now you are showing up for yourself, and your ability to see that you are worth it is everything. I made the choice that consistency is what I wanted to do. And that regardless of any, I mean, I didn't even like, there was no like, even if it's difficult or even if it's inconvenient. No, those things didn't even pop into my mind. I don't know what's happening with my nose right now. And I think that's another way that we kind of get in our own way again is, you know, well, what if I wake up in the morning and, you know, the baby is fussy? Okay, I'm still going to stream. The baby will be fussy on stream, and that is okay. You know, I mentioned to y'all also that I don't edit these videos. The most I will do is cut out any part of, you know, like if there's just like dead time, or, you know, if I have to go and get the baby and it takes a little while longer than I thought, then I'll cut that part out. But I ain't editing these videos. Why? Because that's a whole other step. That's another layer that would prevent me from being consistent. It's another layer that would prevent me from being consistent. And it's another thing to add to, you know, the what ifs. You know, what if that's inconvenient? What if it takes too long for me to edit? What if YouTube editor is tripping that day and it doesn't let me edit the video? Jones said, I ain't all that. I just like video games and some people sometimes on Sundays. On some months. Jones is wonderful. He be downplaying himself to, I don't even know, to oblivion. And I believe that also plays a really big role, because in me showing up for myself, I also had to kind of, you know, puff up my chest and look at myself in the eyes and be like, you are that woman. I'm not gonna say the other word that I want to say, even though it's a term of endearment in most cases. But you are that woman. You are that life coach. You are that safe space that people need, you know. And I talked to my best friend Sabrina, and I've had her on the stream a couple times already. She'll be back all the time. And, you know, we have really come to understand that people need us as healers. You know what I mean? People need us to be here for them. What's up, buddy? Can you have some noodles? What time is it?
It has soup on there.
It has soup on there?
Remember, it has soup.
Yes, it's ramen noodle soup. Thank you for feeding the dragon, y'all. Excuse me. Yes, in about 15 minutes, I'll come make you some noodles.
But what time?
What time? It'll be at 8 o'clock.
How about 7:50, I guess.
7:50? That's like 2 minutes from now, dude. That's 1 minute. No, 8 o'clock.
It's not 1 minute.
Yeah, it's 7:49 right now. All right, y'all. Obviously, I'm gonna have to wrap this up.
Mom,
but
can I say
yes,
hi to them?
yes, they can. You gotta come this way so they can see you. Say good morning to DJ, everyone. He's asking me to make him some noodles because he's hungry. Look, Raylene says, hi, DJ. Hi, DJ. Hi, DJ.
And
Good morning. Hi, DJ.
He said good morning to me.
Yes, they did say good morning to you.
Daddy.
This way. It's noodles. We are not sponsored by Maruchan. Anyways, in that consistency, in getting out of your own way, you have to speak to yourself and tell yourself that you are worth it. You are worth moving past any level of inconvenience. Inconvenience. Hi, Streamlabs. You are worth.
Oh, Fergie said noodles. What
Yes.
about mine?
Yes. Okay, go downstairs. I'll be down in a little bit.
Sorry, Fergie, you can have some noodles.
Sorry, Fergie, you can't have no noodles. Fergie loves noodles too. We were just talking about ramen. But yes, buddy, you are worth it. You are worth it. You are worth it because people need you. People need you. People need your heart. They need your voice. They need your safe space. They need your presence. They need your advice. They need your expertise. They need you. And regardless of however many life coaches are on this planet, you are the only you. Like, I am the only Doña the Light. I am the only one. And I remember saying in 2015 or 16, I was at Enterprise Rent-A-Car interviewing for a promotion within the company, and they asked me something about myself, and I said my goal is to sprinkle a little bit of Doña on everybody until they choke. Maybe not choke, but even then I knew, and I've known for a very long time, that what I have is special. It is unique. It is a little, you know, the je ne sais quoi of life, of me, you know, of me as a person. And what I bring to the table is unlike what anybody else brings to the table until they choke. Maybe not choke, you know, maybe like until they cough or, you know, something like that. But I've known this for a very long time. But just because you know something doesn't mean you move in a way that supports that knowledge. You know, just because you know something doesn't mean that you move in a way that supports that belief. And when I made that choice on, you know, December 1st, to show up on December 2nd and just stream, and the little tickle in their throat, exactly. And I told myself, the one thing I did tell myself was, it doesn't matter if anybody's here. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm speaking to myself. I'm still going to show up and I'm still going to have these conversations, because the honest truth is, I want to talk about them. And I know that if I show up on Instagram, which I don't even know if IGTV videos even exist anymore, but I remember when they did. When you could go on Instagram, you could post like a 30-minute video. You know, I don't think you could do that anymore. But if I do that, no one's going to watch it on Instagram. People might stick with me through Twitch, you know. Y'all are here in my stream, me having a conversation together. People might stick with me through YouTube. Like, I could definitely be streaming live on YouTube. But I haven't built the same community on YouTube as I have here on Twitch. And I could totally multi-stream and I could do that. But, again, too much work. Too much, you know, too many opportunities for things to go wrong. And I think that's another aspect of getting out of my own way. Is if I deem something too much work, you know, and realistically I know that I'm not going to be consistent with that, I'm not going to force myself to do it. Because if it's going to prevent me from showing up every day, like, why add that extra layer, you know, just for something to be extra? If I can do what needs to be done as far as making these scenes, you know what I mean, making these backgrounds every stream, I found a way to make it really easy for me to edit them every day. Excuse me. For one, I have my guests on here. I found a simple way for me to have them on and showcase them here on the stream. Like, I'm finding the simplest ways to get things done, and it's working. You know, it's effective. It allows me to have conversations with multiple people, which adds more depth and, you know, just extra layers to the conversation. And again, even though the people and the women, well, it's just women, that I'm having on my stream are all in the field of mental health and coaching and life coaching and stuff, I don't feel any type of level of threat. Like, having B and Sabrina here on my stream, and they're both life coaches, let's lift them up. Like, that's the whole reason why. That's another reason why I want to have them here on my stream, is so that we can have enriching conversations and we can both showcase our expertise. Because again, even if we agree on things, the way that I say it is going to be different from the way that they say it. You know, the stories that they have in their life and the stories that I have in my life are going to be different. And we may have, you know, experienced or gone through the same sort of struggle or problem or whatever, but our life experiences are what allow us to become or to be really wonderful coaches. You know, life experience, the ability and the willingness to learn and continue to learn every day of our lives. Raylene says, simplifying your life is such a big part of being consistent and making it easier. Exactly. Because why do all the extra stuff? Like, why would I want to make these videos, you know, download the video, edit the video, post the video like that? No, that's it's too much work. And the reality is, whatever message that people need for them, they will find it in the video. They absolutely will. Like, and that's why I do my best to remember to disclose to people, you know, that this is going to play like a podcast and that you don't have to watch me, because I know how beneficial, DJ.
Yes, Mark.
I know how beneficial it is to have something like this. No, you do not have to wake Nala up. Go downstairs, please. I know how beneficial it is to be able to have something like this to listen to. And maybe my next step is to have my husband help me get the audio together and actually create a podcast with all of these episodes so that I'm just available elsewhere. You know what I mean? But again, DJ keeping track of that time, right? He really is. He really, really is. But yes, getting out of my own way really, really, really at the bare base bones of it looked like choosing myself and telling myself that I am worthy and I am worth the consistency. I am worth the discipline, because what the universe and the world and everything has on the other side of this for me, like, I'm so excited to get there. I'm so excited to get to a point where, you know, I get to just help coach clients every day, multiple clients. It's just me having conversations with women, teaching them how to heal, teaching them how to navigate the problems that I had to navigate. You know what I mean? Like, teaching them how to navigate the problems that they have in their life and come out on the other side feeling confident and victorious and not as if they have to go through it alone. No, that's what I hear from a lot of my clients is, I don't have anyone else to talk to. You know, I don't have anyone else to go to. I don't have anyone to go to. I don't have anyone to talk to. I feel like I've just been doing this alone, and, you know, I got you, sis. Like, tag me in. Let's do this together, right? So on that note, my loves, I'm going to wrap up this stream. If you're here in the Twitch chat and you haven't already, check out my shop. Check out my shop. My birthday is tomorrow, so I'll be having a cool birthday stream tomorrow. Again, I'll do my regular daily mental health chat, and I'll probably like snip that off and then just continue. I'll probably end the stream after my mental health chat tomorrow, so I don't have to chop a whole bunch. Thank you, Spuddy. So I don't have to chop a whole bunch off for the YouTube video. But yeah, we're gonna figure out how to pop off tomorrow. I gotta figure out how to do that with children. Raylene says, I'm really surprised this is something you've just started recently. It seems so natural, and that you've been live coaching and streaming for years. I'm happy you found something that truly fits you. Oh, I thank you so much, Raylene. And the honest truth is, like, I just made the decision. Just made the decision. I've definitely been streaming for a little while, but not necessarily, definitely not this consistently at all, and not necessarily in this capacity. So Joan says, love you lots, honey bunches of oats. Oh, I love you too, Jonesy. Thank you, Fergie. I love you. Thank you, Raylene. I love you. Me and Raylene share a birthday, y'all. So I'm sure y'all could do something for Raylene for her birthday tomorrow too. I'm just saying. But yeah, I love you all. I might be back later. I'm not sure. We'll see how the day kind of unfolds. But I appreciate you all for being here in the live chat. If you're catching this replay on YouTube, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate all of your free support. Again, my birthday's tomorrow. If you want to support me, subscribe. You can gift a sub here in my Twitch channel. You can purchase some merch in my shop. And, right, it's the blinks for me. They're even more intense when I do it with my glasses off. Anywho, I love you all. Let me go make Miss Kid some noodles. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. I'm sure I'll be talking. Right, better subscribe. I'm sure I'll be talking to all of y'all today anyway. Those of you that are in my chat. But I love you. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.